Good day, everyone. Today's topic is how to prepare for the parole board for our family members and what the inmate can do to help themselves out. Um, this can be a scary situation to all involved because usually we have some opposition from either the prosecutor, the judge, victims possibly, but there's ways to overcome it. And a lot of families are not told what they can do, and they no longer teach it in orientation since most of the people for the same crimes that any of us was convicted of is doing flat time, which is less the time than what any of us had to do. The family members have an option, and I recommend that they take this option, is to have a family conference with a parole board member or hearing officer about 2 months prior to the inmate going up to the parole board. This you would call the ODRC office, and it would be under the parole section, or you could just Google up parole board. And you'd set up that meeting. They would come to the county where you're at, or at least close to the county. And at that meeting, you could have, I believe, 3 people present, um, and an attorney if you choose to do so. But at that meeting, you have the pretty much it's going to be up to you what you discuss with them. You could bring a packet of information to help your loved one out, all the certificates. And I've always told the inmates write a parole resume. And that is what did you get out of each program that you have taken, at least the ones you could remember. Um, what have you done to change your behavior? Um, what is your basically stay out plan? Where do you plan to live? Um, let's see, your support team. I've always recommended that men put 5 men on their support team, including their mother, wife, or daughter, as long as nobody's a using addict. Women should put all women on, including their parents or husband as well. Um, then that meeting usually lasts about 2 hours. And don't really take it serious what they say at that meeting. Sometimes they'll just say what you want them to say. Or maybe the hearing officer believes the person should be paroled, but the hearing officer does not sit on the parole board. So um, after that meeting, the inmate will go to the parole board, usually within a month or two, and it is no longer where the parole board comes to you; it's all on camera. So the inmate will be in a room with one hearing officer that's there that works at that institution, and there should be 7 parole board members to make a legal vote, and they'll be from all over the state, maybe Cleveland, Toledo, Cincinnati, Columbus, and they will ask questions. One of the parole board members will be the lead person, and I've noticed recently a lot of times they will try to get the inmate riled up or upset to see how he reacts to it. So the inmate needs to be calm. No matter what the pro board says there, if they don't have enough votes, they have to take it back to central office for a vote. That means if they don't have 7 pro board members on that hearing for that inmate, they have to take it back to central office and vote. And then if the pro board recommends, they would go to Cobra first. Cobra does the investigating, try to get a hold of the prosecutor, victims, judges to see any opposition that the inmate may have. Then, if the Cobra recommends it to the full board that they have a full board hearing, the family members will be notified, and that would be in Columbus, 770 West Broad Street. And you can pack that room if you choose to, which I've always recommended. But each person that's going to attend that hearing has to call the parole board up and let them know they're going to be there. I do recommend an attorney be present. And if you can't afford one, the public defender will give you one for that hearing. And the attorney would do the majority of talking, and the person that is plan A on their plan for the inmate to go live with. There's four plans: A, B, C, and D. And if you only have one house that the inmate can go to, just put down halfway house all the way down. Don't say which halfway house. Just put down halfway house or transitional housing, so at least he could be considered for parole. And when the parole board will ask all these questions, the prosecutor may be there by Skype, or they could come in person, but most of the time it's by Skype. After everybody makes their statements, the parole board would get up, go to the office upstairs, and deliberate for 5-10 minutes and come right back down. And usually they're pretty fast at that. No matter what the outcome is, be calm. If he gets a parole, don't scream out there if the victims are there. The parole board frowns upon it. If he doesn't get a parole board, don't say anything, because you may want to appeal it, and they claim the only way you can appeal it is if you have new evidence, which I don't agree with, and I think that anybody can actually appeal it, but the parole board just says they can't. But you never give up on your loved one, whatever happens. And the full board, a lot of times, what they're doing is they want you to go through reintegration. So if your loved one or friend or family member has not been through reintegration, they may send him there for 6 months to a year and give a projected out date. Say if he goes in October of this year, they'll say, okay, September of 2019, you'll be released, and it will just be a certain date that they pick in that month. So the best thing is to do is prepare ourselves, put together a packet for the inmate with his help, with all the certificates in there, his parole resume, all the letters of recommendation, and get as many letters as you can. They may or may not make a difference, but if you don't have letters, they'll use that against you. So you could contact pastors, attorneys, family members, friends. And if it's ex-offenders, make sure they've been out for some time before they write a letter of recommendation. Right now they have 9 parole board members. They had 12 just a few months back. One got in trouble for a DUI, and then a couple, they did not renew their contracts. And really, they don't even need 9. When they had 12, it was over $1 million payroll per year just for the parole board. And if they would start doing their job and releasing people, you're talking about millions saved a year, which we could cut down taxpayers' money. And then if we can help these folks out upon their release, such as housing, employment, transportation. That's why we were working on trying to get a van, SUV donated to us, so we could help some of these folks out, and donations so that we could purchase bus passes. And if you're able to make a small donation of any amount, and we appreciate all, please go to our website, www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. Again, it is www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. Or if you would like to send us an email, feel free to at fairtreatmentreform@gmail.com, or call us by 614-404-4924. Our executive board is, my name is James Cronenberg, by the way, but our executive board is Tora Ramey. She is our president. Candace Hudson is our vice president. We are looking for a secretary. Terry Croson is our treasurer. Then we have then Steve Fletcher is our chaplain from Matthew 25:35 Ministries. Our advisors are Michelle Schummel out of Dayton. my friend Gina from Cleveland, who handles the Cleveland events and networking force in Cleveland. Um, if you're interested in being a secretary, please contact Victoria Ramey or Candace Hudson and give your name to it. As a board, we have to vote before we can put anybody on our board. So work with us, folks. We have so much work to do, and if we could get all these groups to work together, Black Lives Matter, the violence in the street, and all of them, and remember this: if we help these people out after they receive their paroles, that would cut down on the violence on the street. So really, there's no excuse that they don't work with us on this. And Black lives do matter, and all lives matter. So we'd love to have them join us. And all these activist groups coming out, we've reached out to the New Ohio Cure, not sure where their hearts are right now yet. Um, I'm the former president of the old Ohio Cure, and I left because I couldn't get people to work together, and I don't have the time just to stand around when two people want to fight in a meeting. And I walked away and became the president of Amy Wicks's group in the name of justice. Then we decided to start this group because we wanted to have a group that did not care what anybody's past was. It is who they are today. Just remember that, folks. We are here for you. We are here for the inmates. We have a proposal that was written by Beverly Seymour. We have the rough draft. The final draft should be in soon. That would that if we could get it introduced and passed in legislation, it would help our folks out. And most of them would come home, except that handful of people that has not changed or refuses to change, I should say. I believe almost everyone can change if they choose to do so. Folks, you have a great day, and thank you.